argued with my husband, and we both lay claim to this concept that Smokey Bear needs a little buddy. And my vision, not Jason's, no matter what he may say, is was a little flame, and his name was going to be Furby, the friendly flame, and it was like it was an acronym. It was like Fire for Integrated Resource Benefit, FIRB, and I had like a little jingle for it and everything, and I was convinced that this was going to be like the selling point for getting people more comfortable. And for as much as the media tries to do good, at least in my mind, I think they do, I wish that there was more, a display of like the little fire, the good fire, not the big crown fires and, people losing their homes, but that's what people tune in for. And of course, like with prescribed fire, it shouldn't be exciting if it's going right. So when media shows up to a prescribed fire, they go home. It's not that exciting. And it takes 3 weeks for that tussock tundra tuft to come back. And it's not, maybe more, I wish there was like a time lag. I wish there was a way to make prescribed fire and fire, for resource benefit, sexier, or but when it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, it should be very boring, and it should just be this background process that's always happening. But, it's a mixed bag. I think fortunately it's catching the attention of people that realize we can't take our hands off the wheel anymore. And I think environmentalists, I go to a lot of like ecology conferences, and there's, the fisher, the spotted owl, the frog. I mean, everything's getting candidate listed or petitioned. And instead of having this, there are still some holdouts that, don't want to see anything on the landscape. And you have to respect that. There's going to be polarity in everything that people feel really passionately about. But I think there's going to be a movement towards the fact that people are realizing we're going to continue to lose big swaths of areas that we love. And, maybe that's the legacy of the King Fire and some of those fires that burn through areas that people really held near and dear to their heart and moonscape them is, okay, we need to put down our swords and put down our guns and really come to the table and figure out how do we preserve what's left, because the fires are only going to continue to get bigger, and no treat it's not really going to work anymore. And we need to start, thinking about how do we move forward in this era of climate change, of, bigger fires, of, longer fire seasons, just all these things that are stacked against us. And, we do want to preserve's a tough one. I don't want to get caught in that one. That we need to prepare these landscapes to be resilient moving into the future for the flora and the fauna that we love, because it's not going to get there anymore. I kind of feel like we have a responsibility to do something, because we steered ourselves into the situation we're in through the 100 years of, plus I guess at this point, of fire suppression. And, we can't, if we're land managing, we need to manage our way back. We need to put our hands back on the steering wheel and get serious about it. So, it'll smoke a generation. Oh, I hope that stays the bear and not like just symbols of smoke columns.